All right, let's talk about something you've probably heard before. You get a little too much sun, and someone, maybe your grandma, tells you to go grab a tomato from the kitchen and rub it on your skin. It sounds kind of wild, right? But this piece of advice is everywhere. So today, we're going to slice right into that idea and see if this home remedy actually has any science to back it up.
Yeah, you hear things like this all the time. The thinking goes that enzyme in the tomato is going to stop your tan in its tracks. The whole idea is so simple and, appealing. You're out in the sun, you come inside, grab a tomato, maybe mix it with some sugar for a scrub, and just get rid of the tan before it even settles. It feels like this perfect all-natural solution.
But here's the big question, right? Can a simple fruit you'd put in a salad really be a skincare miracle? I mean, is this just an old wives' tale that's been passed down for generations? Or is there some actual solid science behind, putting your lunch on your face? Let's find out.
Okay, so first things first. Let's break down what people are actually claiming this kitchen counter cure can do. What are all the promises that pop up when you Google tomatoes for skin?
And wow, the claims are pretty huge. You see it all over the internet. Blog posts, social media shorts, all promising these incredible results. We're talking immediate tan removal, lightning fast fading of dark spots, and this instant amazing glow. It's basically pitched as a shortcut to perfectly even, bright skin, and all you need is one little tomato.
So, to figure out if any of this is even possible, we need to get into the science. And that means we have to introduce the real hero of this whole story, a seriously powerful molecule called lycopene.
So what is lycopene? Well, it's literally the stuff that makes tomatoes red. It's a natural pigment, part of a whole family called carotenoids. And its big claim to fame, the reason everyone in the health world talks about it, is because it's an incredibly powerful antioxidant.
Okay, so think about what's happening to your skin every single day. It's basically a battlefield. You've got these aggressors. We call them free radicals, which are these nasty, unstable molecules caused by things like UV rays and pollution. They just go around damaging your healthy skin cells. But then you have the defenders, antioxidants, like our hero, lycopene. They swoop in, neutralize the bad guys, and protect our cells from all that damage that leads to aging.
All right, so we know lycopene is this amazing defender for our skin. That brings us to the most important question. What's the best way to get it to do its job? Are we supposed to be putting it on our skin or putting it in our bodies?
Let's look at the theory behind rubbing it on. The idea is basically a three-step process. First, you've got the enzymes in the tomato, and if you add sugar, the texture helps exfoliate and scrub off that top layer of dead, tanned skin. Second, it's supposed to have anti-inflammatory stuff in it to calm everything down, and finally, you're getting that antioxidant power delivered right where you want it, on the surface. I mean, on paper, it all sounds pretty logical, right? But does the science actually back this up?
But when you look at the research, things get a little complicated. The evidence for actual tan removal or whitening, it's pretty much non-existent. But there is something interesting going on. A study on mice showed that putting tomato extract on the skin can actually boost the skin's own built-in antioxidant defenses. That's pretty cool. But that same study found it didn't really do anything to reduce the markers for inflammation, the stuff that causes redness. So there's a real biological effect, for sure, but it doesn't live up to those huge promises we talked about. And for some people, the acidity in tomatoes can actually just make their skin irritated.
So what this all seems to be pointing to is that maybe the real power of the tomato isn't in what you slather on your face. Maybe its true potential is unlocked from the inside.
Let's completely flip the script now. What happens when we stop putting tomatoes on our skin and start putting them on our plates?
And this right here is where the science gets incredibly strong. Study after study shows that eating foods rich in lycopene gives your skin this amazing photoprotective effect. It basically builds up an internal defense system against UV damage. So you're not just fighting free radicals on the surface anymore, you're fighting them throughout your entire body. On top of that, tomatoes are packed with vitamin C, which is crucial for building collagen to keep your skin firm. There are even animal studies suggesting it might help prevent skin cancer. It's a powerhouse.
Now, animal studies are one thing, but what about people? Well, we don't have to guess. Let's dig into a really fascinating clinical trial that was done on actual humans.
Here's how it worked. Researchers got a group of people and had them take a supplement, a special golden tomato extract, every single day for 16 weeks. Then they measured everything. They looked at what was happening on a cellular level, deep inside the skin, and also what you could actually see on the outside.
And what they found deep inside the cells was just incredible.
Taking the extract actually switched on the genes responsible for the skin's defense systems. It literally ramped up the genes that control immunity, the ones that repair damaged DNA, and even the ones that help detoxify the skin. Think about that for a second. It means that eating these compounds can literally change your skin's programming to better protect and repair itself.
Okay, changing your genes is amazing stuff. But let's be real, what we all really want to know is, could you actually see a difference? Did it change how the skin looked and felt on the outside?
The answer is a definite yes. The researchers found a significant drop in something called transepidermal water loss. That's just a fancy scientific way of saying that less water was escaping from the skin. And that is a huge deal. It's the #1 sign of a stronger, healthier skin barrier that can hold on to moisture and protect itself better.
All right, so we've been on a bit of a journey here, haven't we? We've looked at the big online claims, we've met our hero molecule lycopene, and we've compared putting it on your skin versus eating it. So, after all that, what's the final verdict?
This really breaks it all down, doesn't it? Look, if you're just looking for a quick, temporary soothing effect, maybe a little bit of gentle exfoliation after being in the sun, sure, putting a tomato on your skin probably isn't going to do any harm. But if you want real, long-term, proven protection, if you want to actually strengthen your skin's own defense systems from the inside out and improve its ability to stay hydrated, you've got to eat them.
So it turns out the real secret to getting all that amazing tomato power for your skin isn't about what you put on your face, it's about what you put on your plate. That old kitchen remedy might not be the tan-erasing magic trick people say it is, but the tomato is still a skincare superstar. You just have to use it from the inside out. It's a perfect reminder that great skincare is about so much more than what's in your bathroom cabinet, it's also about what's in your fridge.